Hello, Mary here, and back with Julianne's Kitchen. Today I will be showing you how to make a classic meatloaf with a twist. It's going to be Italian classic meatloaf. The first thing you want to do is you want to preheat your oven to 350 or whatever your oven temperature needs to be on. My oven, I'm going to be preheating it to 380 because that's what my temperature regulates to. Next, you want to combine your meatloaf mixture, which is breadcrumbs, parsley, eggs, onions, garlic, and ketchup, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper in a large bowl. So first, we're going to take our meatloaf mixture, which is our ground beef, ground chuck, or you can use ground pork. Either or will work. Next, you want to take and add your eggs, which you want to add like 2 hard eggs lightly beaten, your 2 tablespoons of chopped. If you don't have chopped fresh parsley, you can do like 3 or 4 sprinkles of dried parsley. That goes for any of your ingredients here. If you don't have fresh garlic, you can use garlic powder. You can substitute any dry ingredients for fresh ingredients, but normally fresh ingredients taste better and they're a lot more flavorful than dry ingredients, because dry ingredients takes longer to get into the food compared to fresh ingredients. So I'm going to be doing 1 cup of dried breadcrumbs, and you would think use regular breadcrumbs. Well, I'm making a gluten-free version, so this is going to be 1 cup of gluten-free breadcrumbs, 1 cup of dried gluten-free breadcrumbs. Then you want to add 2 tablespoons, I would do 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, but since I don't have that, I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. Next, you want to do 2 large eggs, lightly beaten. You see the eggs? We got eggs. You want to crack them into a separate bowl so you make sure you don't get the shells in. Always a separate bowl, because I've always been told that if you crack them into a separate bowl, you can prevent eggshells from being in there, you know. Most people don't do that. They just crack them into 1 bowl. Then they got eggshells. They got to pick them out. And you want to just go like this, you know. You want to just keep whisking it, you know, lightly beaten. Once you feel it's beaten enough, then you can take and add it to your meat and all your mixture. Next, you want to add 1 medium onion, which we don't have any. Next you want to add like 1 medium onion, grated, which I'm not going to grate the onion. I'm going to actually chop the onion. And preferably put the onion in water, you know, because water will actually take, if you put onions in water, I've read and heard of that, they actually take out the stench. So they won't, so when you chop things, it won't like burn your eyes. Because what makes the eyes burn, it's not the onion itself. It's not like the actual all around the onion, it's the middle of the onion. This middle part right here makes your eyes burn. And that's preferably why your eyes water. That's really why. Because that onion there is like, that just makes it your eyes water, you know, and everything. Yeah. You want to set these onions off to the side because you're going to want to chop this onion. Then you want to add this in there. Next, you want to use garlic cloves. You can either use these pure garlic cloves, or you can use some garlic powder, which I would really prefer to use garlic powder instead. So I'm gonna use some garlic powder. You want to just do 3 or 4 sprinkles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 6 sprinkles, you know. Next, you want to add a half a cup of ketchup. And what you want to do is you want to put a fourth of it in here and save the other half for later. Next, you want to add 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Next, you want to take your brown sugar and you want to add it, not to it, you want to add it to a bowl, you know. Your Worcestershire, and then your remainder of your ketchup. And you want to mix this up. And you want to add your salt and pepper. Next, you want to mix it up, you know. You just want to lift and fold. Lift and fold. And if you want to know, the recipe I used was from like the Food Network. It was the classic meatloaf from the Food Network. Yeah, that's the recipe I pretty much used, you know. Here's your standard recipe from Food Network, you know. I'll put that recipe down in the description below, and if you want, you can also substitute the fresh like garlic for garlic powder. If you don't have onions, you can use onion powder. Either or would work. Never really made meatloaf before, you know, so I had to get a recipe, you know, for it. And even having a recipe doesn't mean you're not a good cook. You know, it just means that like you need a recipe to help you follow along to the ingredients, you know, help you follow along so you make it right, you know. But I'm pretty sure that every good cook now and again uses a recipe. But I know if you follow to the T, you know, you can make it turn out really well. Because following a recipe isn't that hard, you know. Just try my hands. Okay, next what you want to do, I have, if you can see, I have 3 little mini, I would say these are loaf pans, mini loaf pans, that you can put your mix in. And you want to fill it basically to the brim because it's going to cook down. Let me just wash my hands. When you want assume I'm going to do this after, but I'm not going to do this after. I'm going to do it now, actually. So it cooks right into our meat. Then you want to place these in the oven for about 30 minutes on 350. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you make classic meatloaf, Italian style version. Feel free to hit the like button, the subscribe button. Feel free to also comment down below your favorite meatloaf to make. And also don't forget to turn on post notifications so you know when to get notified. And see you in the next video.